By the way, those comments first aired earlier this week, and we've received a huge amount of feedback on Burry's farming bet. Let's talk to somebody who knows the industry very well. Dennis DeLaughter is the owner of ProgressiveFutures.com. He manages more than 6,000 acres of rice and grain farmland in South Texas, and he's joining us this evening from Houston. Thanks a lot for your time, Dennis. Huge feedback, as we said, even a farmer in Indiana getting back to us and wondering where Michael Burry's doing his buying these days. But what is the appeal of farmland right now?
Well, right now what we have going on is this big agricultural play where prices continue to firm up. There's a feeling that we're going to see more and more food inflation, and that is going to come right down to the bottom line of agricultural land. Whenever we see increases in commodity prices of like corn, beans, rice, you will always see the land values start to increase with those commodities increasing in price.
So the global story is more important than the fact that people aren't buying as much these days, but they're still going to buy food.
Well, that's true. They are going to buy food, and land is like any asset that you would buy. You look at the present value versus the future cash flow, and as we look out into the prices of commodities over the next 2 or 3 years of agricultural commodities, especially, we just don't see a whole lot of pressure to the downside. In fact, we're seeing more and more signs that because of weather and other things that have affected supply, we're going to see some of the countries that need supply try to secure that supply, and that's going to keep upward pressure on prices and thereby keeping upward pressure on farmland.
Dennis, Michael Burry doesn't just want land. He wants land, as you said, with water. In fact, his quote was, "Productive agricultural land with water on site will be very valuable." Why?
Right. Well, you take away some of the unknowns, especially weather. I mean, when you have the ability to irrigate, you're going to take away that drought scenario. And just because the United States has been very fortunate not to have a major drought since about 1987, 88, that doesn't mean we won't have one in the future. And so irrigation is going to be a very important part of that. Also, we're seeing more and more advances in technology in the seed side as well as fertilizers, which also need more water. So water is a major part. Of course, since we're in the rice land area down here, we know very much what irrigation can do and how important it is.
Now, Burry was reluctant to say where exactly he's doing his buying right now. He's fearing there's going to be some bidding wars if he talks too much. But are there bidding wars going out for farmland in this country right now?
Well, there's going to be in certain areas. I mean, agricultural land is very different from different locations. If you get into the heart of the Midwest, you're going to see land values that are extremely strong compared to maybe the southern areas, which are a little bit lower, the plains down into Texas. It just depends on location as it goes. So he's absolutely right not to be saying exactly where he's going to be buying it, but it is going to be a value-based situation based off the property and how good of condition it's in.